I was always a hyperactive kid. I always wanted something to do. I was always good physically rather than writing pen and paper. So took up boxing. Went there really just to mess about and have a little let energy out, and then I enjoyed it. Growing up watching Prince Naz, of course, and all them from Sheffield, Ingle, Jim Round Corner, so forth. You know what? Let me give it a shot. My dad was totally against it, but growing up in Sheffield, being from the Yemeni community, Naz was like, yeah, I want to be like him.
Everybody wanted to be like
everybody
Naz.
like Naz. So yeah, then just, but I never took it on because I wanted to be like Naz. I thought, yeah, I want to do that, but I was always interested in other things like messing about. That's what I was interested as every kid does.
Yeah. How old were you?
Oh, I'd say I was about 11, 12. Just messing about outside the house and just causing mischief. So that was my fun.
Yeah.
So and then went to school. They told us they're going to take us to a little trip to 5 of us. You probably know the whole 5, me, Abdullah, Malik and all them from school.
The gang, yes.
Yeah, so we went there. They took us to Glyn Road's gym.
Yes.
And then they just put us all in the ring. So we just started beating shit at each other.
Right?
Yeah, just punching each other like, yo, this is cool.
Yeah.
And then they went to football. I just went and carried it on. Then I moved to Brendan Ingles' gym when I took it on fully.
Because you were never really into football?
Nah, because growing up I was a fat kid.
Yeah.
So I was never good at football.
And
no one would pick me in their team.
Yeah. You got in there.
Yes. Yeah, I got in there. Yeah. So then I just ended up taking it for real. Started dedicating myself to it when I was at towards the end, because I got expelled at year 10 from school. I got expelled, so I had nothing to do.
Yeah.
When all the kids was at school, I had nothing to do. So I was at boxing gym. That's where I was every single day, 2-3 times a day.
And did you go to like junior classes first?
No.
Straight into the adults?
Straight into adults, because I went to speak to Brendan Ingle. I told him I'm expelled.
Yeah.
So it's like for the first few weeks, he had me cleaning up and down Newman Road. Picking up litter.
Yeah.
So and then he just put me in. He goes to me, come in at 3:45.
You have to earn your spot.
Yeah, earn your spot at 3. But yeah, so I come in, but it wasn't straight into boxing. He made me for the first few months. I was just doing the lines.
Just footwork.
Like I was like, when am I putting boxing gloves on? He's like, nah, you're not putting boxing gloves on. You gotta do the lines, footwork. And I just kept at it. Then they put me on to come at the 6:45 class where all the pros train.
Yeah.
So I started training then. That's when I fell in love with it, where you see the nitty and gritty of the sport.
Were you about 13, 14 at that time?
I was about 14, 15 years old that time, because I was just, I think, year 10, I got expelled. Year 11, when everyone were doing the GCSEs and everything, that was my GCSE.
Yeah. So, and you were around guys like Junior Witter?
Yeah, I was around when Junior Witter was boxed Timothy Bradley and Devon Alexander, and then watched Kell Brook become from British champion to world champion. I've seen Nels Nelson used to come in and out, and I've always known Naz on a personal level. So I've been around big names. What was
the atmosphere like when you first walked into that gym?
I think I'm not saying it. Our era was the best boxing era in Sheffield. Like the people that I box with, when we sit and talk now, it's like boxing's not the same.
Yeah.
So I've got me, Kid Galahad, Samuel Mason, a lot of names that you see now. It's like our era was fun, bro. Like
all in the same camp as well.
Yeah, and it'd be jokes. Like it's not just training. We'd have laughing jokes, and
it's like it
was just like a brotherhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like that now.
Yeah.
Gyms are not like that now.
Why do you think that is?
Because I think everyone's dedicating themselves to social media more than the gym itself. Social media gives people a false hope of certain things. You know what I mean? So that's what a lot of people want to be famous more than rich.
Yeah.
That's the downside to the sport now.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be famous. They don't care about being rich or not. So that's why you see a lot of people now, when they don't make it in boxing, they're just lost.
They have nothing else to fall
I
back
nearly
on.
fell victim to that, because boxing was my everything.
Yeah.
It's not, it shouldn't be your everything, you know what I mean?
You should always have something else that you
100%,
do as well.
100%.
You gotta be able to multitask as well, be good at a bunch of things.
100%. You should be good at everything. Good at everything and excellent at one thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you had your first amateur when you started going to the adult classes. How long did it take you to have your first amateur when you started taking
1 year
boxing serious?
1 year. I think I boxed my first amateur. In fact, no, 6 months. I had my first amateur fight at 15 years old at the Working Man's Club next to Concord, which is closed now.
Yes.
I've had it there.
Yeah.
That's my first amateur fight there.
Do you remember how you felt and how the bout went?
Yeah, 100%. I felt like I felt like it was my world title.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt really good. I remember because we were head guards and everything. I made the kids' nose bleed, and I was like, "Yeah, gassed."
I'm born to do this.
Yeah, like this is me now.
Yeah.
And
How did your dad feel about you first competing?
my dad was never interested in sports. You know, from where we come from, parents are not really hands-on with sports like that. He just wanted me to become a doctor or a lawyer.
Okay. Yeah.
But once I didn't
Didn't
go
really
there,
take it serious.
yeah, once I didn't do that,
Yeah.
I was a disappointment.
Yeah. From the age of 13 until you turned pro, so how many amateur fights did you have?
When, like I said, our boxing era, I've turned pro late.
Mm.
I've turned pro at 19.
Yeah.
19, 20. Yeah, 19 I'd say, towards the end of my 19. So I've had 34 or 35 amateur boxing fights, and I've lost, I think, 5 or 6. I've won a few titles as an amateur. I've boxed decent people. I've beat decent people, but I've always been taught by Brendan, because when I started thinking, I want to go to the Olympics now, and then Brendan's like, nah, we don't do that, because your style, Brendan Ingles' style wasn't that type of style.
It's not suitable.
It's like smash this, win your title, CYPs, and then on to pros. So after a bit as an amateur, my aim was to be a professional anyway.
Experience.
Yeah.
But because I know now, I speak to like young amateur boxers and stuff. Some of them like they've exceeded 50, 60 fights.
100%. But this is how it should be. But again, with the Ingle gym, they're focused on making you elite pro rather than amateur. So that's why a lot of people at the Ingle didn't have much fights unless you come from another gym and turn pro with them.
Right.
So you're just one of them. You knew you're not going to get out every time. But what we did was we trained like a professional fighting for a title every day. 6:45 gym, train 3.
Run up that crazy hill.
We did the Woollywood bottom. We did the Jenkin Hill run. We did circuits inside the gym. We did the death runs. Yeah,
and footwork every day to start with. Obviously.
Yeah, 100%, bro. That, and then you go home, or we didn't. We didn't want to go home sometimes, so we'll go, because Winkerbank and Meadow are close, so we'll walk down Meadow, walk around till 3 o'clock, and then come back train again.
How many sessions did you do a day when you're actively fighting amateur?
2 to 3 sessions
a day.
2 to 3 sessions, yeah. And then I got introduced to SNC, so that's when I did the 2 times a week SNC. Is
that right before you turned pro, or were you doing that as an amateur?
No. That was mid pro. I think after my first. I think after my 3rd fight, I started SNC. Strength and conditioning.
So you turned pro at the age of 19.
Yeah.
Did you sign with someone straight away?
No, I had a chance to sign with Mick Hennessy, and then we didn't go with that. Then I boxed for Ingles. They had their own promotion, and I remember it was the name of it was at the Octagon Centre, called the Graduation. So yeah, that was my debut.
Yeah.
That was my debut. So boxed.
How was that experience?
It was, you know what, I put it up there with my first amateur fight, but it's a whole different look, because you're getting your hands wrapped now. It's real now.
It feels a lot bigger.
Yeah, you feel like, is that why you're watching TV? It feels good. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, did you handle the nerves well?
Yeah, my first fight, if you watch it, I come out like I was fighting for a world title. Bro, I come out no nerves, nothing. I was doing every trick in the book.
So you started at the age of 19. You also went to the States as well to fight.
Yeah, after I won my area title here, which I had an email from Mike Tyson promotion, because it was a big row by it. So then I had the opportunity to go to Detroit. So I went there. I boxed for the International American title. I've won that. Boxed the same guy that boxed, I forgot his name, but he boxed Luke Campbell.
What weight class was it?
I boxed him at featherweight. I boxed him at.
And was it a comfortable win?
It was a tough kid. Was a tough kid, but it was a win. You know, I dropped him twice. I didn't stop him. I won by points, but I did drop him twice. So
was your plan to eventually just move there and start boxing there? Was it just one-off opportunity?
Not really, bro. Because what is it? Just come up.
Yeah.
And I went there. But again, what I was telling you before this, while I went there, I was, I think, 22. Then my baby was due. My firstborn was due.
Yeah.
So I missed the birth of my daughter, because I had a 2-fight deal in America with Salita Promotion.
Yeah.
I missed the birth of my daughter, because I was fighting. I couldn't travel in between the fights and stuff like that.
You got it about that?
I'm good and I'm not at the same time, because I've got a belt to show for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of them, you know.
Yeah.
I always say, no one put a gun to your head to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's your decision. So
Yeah.
I made that decision, you know what I
So
mean?
was the transition like as an athlete now that you have a daughter? Did that make you more motivated, or did you feel like you had to cut back on your training?
This is funny because you get a lot of athletes that'll say, I do this for my kids, I do this for this.
Yeah.
Not me, bro. Definitely not me. My kids, I'm always going to be hungry for my kids wherever. My aim as a father is to make sure they live the best life they can live.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Wherever I've lived in my life, I want to make it 10 times better for them.
Yeah.
Whether it's boxing or not, regardless, they're going to be comfortable. So me boxing wasn't like, oh, I have to do this for them. It was just like, I want to do this for me.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted. This is my journey, the journey that I embarked in. So I have to carry it on.
But you also knew that whatever happens, you have a new life that you have to take care of.
100%. And I always knew that, bro. Even when I was boxing, like, not saying it in a arrogant way or anything. From amateur, I was doing better than most pros financially.
Yeah.
So
was it because of ticket sales?
In and out boxing, bro. I've always had, like we said earlier, you sure would always have a plan B, and plan C and D. And I've always said, like I said to you, I was never into it for being famous. I've just wanted to be rich. I wanted to come out from where I brought up. Yeah. And that's what. And my aim was to become rich. That's all.
And if the fame...
Sorry, should I rephrase it? Should become financially secure, not rich, financially secure.
Yeah, just to make sure you're taking care of the people that you love. Especially that
your mom, your dad, your kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Making sure I can go out with my friends for a meal.
It's your job, it's your responsibility to do that as a father, to make sure
100%,
things are taken care of.
Bro, you know as much as I do where we come from. Sometimes you can't even go out with your friends. Like, I remember growing up, the lads would be like, I would go for a meal. I'd be like, oh, I'm dieting. But I'm not dieting. I didn't have the money to go out to eat something, you know what I mean? I'm dieting, I can't. But sometimes when I'm not fighting, that I'd say, like, oh, I'm dieting, I can't have it. Just so I make sure I have money to pay me subs for gym, or I do this, I do that.
Because also you got, traveling, getting to places to fight, and getting to the gym like 2 to 3 times a day.
2 to 3 times a day, and buying diet food. People think, oh, you're eating less, but not really. Just you're buying more expensive food.
You fought out there. You won a belt out there as well.
Yeah, I won an international American title.
And now you're back. You have a daughter. You still training. You still doing.
Yeah, well, when I come back, I've had a very good deal with Uncle Frank Warren. Sam Frank Warren. I boxed a few times under him, and then after that, lockdown come and hit us hard. Then I had a fight at lockdown, which I've lost that one because I've always thought I'm an entertainer. I feed off the crowd. There was no one there. Imagine fighting in a room that's quieter than this. Like you can hear the pin drop. Bro, I shut down. Yeah. Like I was fighting, but it wasn't me that was fighting. I shut down.
Did you prepare well for it during lockdown as well? Or?
No. I've lost 15 kilos in the space of a month, really? 2 months.
Why was that? Just
because I've had a phone call saying, oh, you're contracted, you have to fight.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because now they're not making money off ticket sales. So the TV promotion had told them, BT told them, listen, you need to put fights that people will tune in. So they're putting pressure on you then. It's like a hierarchy. TV puts pressure on them, they put pressure on the fighters. Yeah. You have to fight.
So you kind of felt like you felt like you had to.
Yeah, I knew I should have declined that fight because, do you know what? No disrespect to the kid, I beat that kid every day every day of the week and twice on a Sunday. It was a journeyman. Let's be realistic.
Was it the one that you got stopped in?
Yeah. It's one of them, bro. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, and I switched off.
How did you feel after the fight mentally?
It's hard because I was wounded. Do you know what I mean? I'm a very pride. I've got loads of pride in me. Do you know what I mean? I was asking for the rematch. It won't happen. They offered me another fight and blah blah blah. But I just didn't want to fight nobody but him. Yeah. So I just got back into training. Got other offers. Even though I've lost, my value still went up. You know what I mean? Because I can sell tickets and I bring a bit of a crowd. Yeah. And you know what? Luckily, alhamdulillah, I've got a lot of decent sponsors, big sponsors, like big fish that boxing people know.
Yeah, if you dedicate your life, I mean, you got other ventures outside of boxing, but if you are just like a young pro fighter and you have to dedicate your whole life to boxing, sponsors play a massive
100%,
deal. They can't
100%.
really keep going without them.
Bro, shout out to all the sponsors that sponsored me from the start to wherever I am now. Do you know what I mean? And some sponsors I'm with, like, they're not my sponsors, they're my close friends, they're family to me.
Yeah.
And I mean, we'll go out together.
You've been working with them for a long time.
100%. I do business with them more than boxing. So they sponsor my boxing and we do business together outside boxing. So
yeah. So your last fight, you got stopped. There was the circumstances that you took it. In hindsight, you probably wouldn't have taken that fight.
Yeah. It's not that I wouldn't take it. If it was outside lockdown, I would have took it. But I'm an entertainer. I feed off the
just
crowd.
felt really weird for you, you know.
Bro, it's not me. Like I can't sit in an empty room and fight someone. Do you know what I mean? Like, well, what's this, bro? What am I fighting for? We'll just go to a car park and have a 1-to-1. Then fair enough. But I'm here getting paid. You're getting paid. I can't put this act on like, fight. Do you know what I mean? It's an entertaining sport.
Just the fire wasn't there.
Yeah, it wasn't there, bro. It wasn't there. But and then after that, I come back. Lockdown still carried on. After that, I broke my ankle. How was it? It was so. I probably was. Me and my good brother. It was at mine. Then his dog must have chased the ball. I ran after the ball and it was raining as well. Yeah. So I just snapped my ankle.
Nothing to do with boxing.
No, nothing to do with boxing. Nothing to do with boxing.
And are you still recovering from that?
I'm still recovering, but I've just had another major operation at Ramadan, beginning of Ramadan.
Was that injury related?
No, I had an operation on my testicle.
Really?
Yeah, I had an operation on my testicle, so that's took me back a bit of time. I'm still recovering from that. But
was it something serious?
It was like they were tumor growing or something like that. I'm not too close on scientific stuff. All I heard is, I said, take it out.
Yeah, but you're feeling all good now.
Oh, alhamdulillah, yeah, I'm good, bro.
Good to hear, man.
I'm good, alhamdulillah, yeah, we're good.
What was did you have to, obviously you can't, are you still training now? Or?
I'm doing a bit of weights.
Yeah, but you can't really do a lot of cardio.
Yeah, but you see what it is, bro? I'm on the verge now. It's like I've done what I've set out to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've done what I've set out to do. I've got a lovely home. I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want. Do I really want to get punched in the face with this stupid politics for a living? Or do I want to carry on doing what I'm doing?
Do you feel like you've fallen out of love with the sport?
I say the politics of it, made me dislike it, because, see, bro, you can be one of the best fighters out there. You don't sell tickets. You don't do certain things that they want you to do. You're getting paid peanut. I could be a shit fighter, but I sell a lot of tickets, and then I'm automatically above you. They'll make me avoid you as much as they can. Yeah.
I mean, I've always knew in boxing that it's quite hard to matchmake. You don't always get the best fighting the best.
No. UFC, you can lose 10 fights and you're still classified as a legend. Do you know what I mean?
And there's so many ways to lose as well, so it's easier to lose.
Bro, the way I see it is MMA, it's like, true, boxing is points and that MMA, there's lots of things, and kickboxing, and all these sports. Like, there's a UFC fighter must have had 36 fights with 9 losses and considered as an elite.
I mean, 9 losses in the UFC is not that bad if you've had 30 fights.
There you go.
That's
in boxing, you had 30 fights and you had 9 losses, you're average.
Yeah, I mean, the undefeated record is so important, isn't it?
May have fucked us up then. No, what? He's the man. He's doing whatever he has to do to provide for his family and carry on his financial aid, so...
Put himself in a great position.
Amazing position. If you're making money, I'm sat here talking to you. If you're making money, I can't criticize anything you're doing.
Kudos.
If you're making money, if you're doing something and not making money, then I'll criticize it. Like, you could do this, you could do that. But if you're telling me you're making money at flipping bottles, good on you, like. That's why everyone flips on the YouTubers. All these boxers are tripping because they're not professionals. They're making more money than us. But guess what? They've earned their stripe because they was out there making videos. They was out there hustling. They was out there editing. They was out there doing everything to get that clout behind them, to get them subscribers.
So do you think these YouTube boxers are good for the sport or they're not good for the sport?
For the sport, that's a good question.
Because
for the publicity of the sport, they're very good.
Yeah.
For the organic reasons of the sport, they're not. Boxing purists like a Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, from them eras, they're not good for the sport because they're not really fighters.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at it for all popularity, as you see now, every boxer's got a YouTube channel now. So I ain't got time for that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm looking to deactivate my Instagram. I ain't got time to sit on my Instagram, upload a picture every day. I had an agent in London, amazing agency as well. They got me a deal with Nike and everything, but they was like, oh, upload this, take this down, upload this. And I used to think to myself, do I really want to live my life like that? Do you know what I mean?
Do you feel like as you've gotten older, you just want to be a bit more grounded and a bit more low key? And
yeah, I think that. Yeah, I just want to mind my business, and I want my business to be my business.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So what other ventures are you involved in now outside of boxing?
I got a few things, bro. I've got a few things going. I've got do a bit of properties.
Yeah.
I do deal with security dogs, and also I've started my new fresh venture, which is Undisputed, my clothing line. It's called Undisputed, and by Undisputed I mean like it's not just boxing thing. It's like you can be undisputed bar, where you can be undisputed. Undisputed means best of the best, and I think it's something that matches and reaches out to a lot of people.
Yeah, is that just like a casual clothing brand?
Yeah, it's a casual. Do you know what made me do it? Because I did some time, because one of my very good mates, again, the same guys who I brought my leg over his dog.
Oh, yeah.
He owns a security firm, and when we was at those, and we see people get rejected with certain tops and stuff like that, and I'm just sat there taking it in. And then you see the Gucci's, the Versace's, then all these big makes, not the sports makes, Nike makes plain tops, but all these, they started to make loads of designs on the tops. And a lot of people sometimes want to wear just plain. So I thought, you know what, let me just give it a try. And it reached up well, so
yeah.
I thought, let me start.
When did you start this?
I'll say a good 3-4 months ago, but it's just picking up now because I'm starting the website now. But all this time I've been doing a lot of research, meeting people that can supply me with the right, because I'm not buying them was it Fruit Loop or Loop of Fruit
t-shirts. You want something good quality.
I've got the same t-shirts from Spain, like the Essentials get and all that, so I've had a lot of investment into it. But
are you just making t-shirts at the moment?
No, I've got t-shirts, we've got hoodies. It's all on the Instagram. We've got shorts and t-shirt set, we've got leggings for women. So
are you doing this by yourself, or do you have a business partner?
No, this is all me, I'm doing it all by myself, but I've got help from, I've got a few people that are helping me with, like I've got a good friend in London, Sharty. He's my go-to guy when it comes to stuff like this. Like, he's got the links to the best printers and how to get the best t-shirts and the best designs and all that. So we've got,
I mean, it's all about networking, isn't it?
100%. And you know, that's one thing I give boxing. Through boxing, I have met people really, really up there. When I say up there, I mean people are worth £800 million. These are the type of people I met. And now, whether I go back, I'm still young. If I decide to go back after training, fair enough.
Do you wake up some days and feel the fire of wanting?
Oh, every day. That'll never leave me. You know, as a fighter yourself.
Is a conflicting thought every single day?
It is, but the dieting part puts me off boxing. And then the politics, bro, like, you'll have to be in it to understand it.
Yeah.
Boxing is full of politics. Like, I don't want to say names because they're not on the podcast, and I think they probably don't want that story to come out, but boxing has had people waiting 4 or 5 years just for a British title shot, or for an English title shot, or for a world title shot, you know what I mean? And there's people getting these titles back to back.
Who's the best fighter from the local scene that you know currently?
From Sheffield.
Anywhere, just in England, someone that's coming out that you think is the guy to watch out for.
Don't know, I don't know.
Do you still pay attention to
I don't.
That's
But in fact, yeah, to me, I've got one guy. I'd say if you were to watch guy and you want real boxing, watch. I'm not saying it because it's like family to me, but watch Anthony Tomlinson. He's an old school fighter, welterweight, and he'll fight anyone. He's literally put it out there. He'll fight anyone, but people don't want to fight him.
Yeah. What's his record? Do you know?
He's 13-1.
Okay.
But when the one he lost to a tough Mexican guy for the interim title, which is a good title, the IPO interim title.
Was that in England?
Yeah, he boxed in England in Ponsforge.
Yeah.
But he's I think he's one of the most avoided fighters, again, because he's not the poster boy, or he he doesn't sell 5,000 tickets, or he does sell a lot of tickets, say, as a local kid from Sheffield. Because let me tell you something, this is deep. So when you're done with boxing, yeah, and you've got nothing to your name, like again, I know fighters that, again, I don't want to mention their name, they've reached to the top of the sport. But I see him wearing the same man's clothes. No disrespect, because I know everyone struggles. I probably struggled more than anyone. So I've been through the struggles in my life, so I don't disrespect no one. In fact, I applaud anyone that struggles and come out of it. But I'm not blaming them, I'm blaming the sport.
Left them with nothing.
The sport hasn't got... There should be like a foundation or a community for people that retire to help them. Do something. Yeah. Or the judges should be ex-world champions or ex-fighters.
I always think a judge, especially in a high-level fight, should be someone with experience in the ring. Because there's certain scenarios and situations that you'll see in a fight. Because you fought, you know exactly what's going on there and then. You know how the fighter's feeling,
100%.
whether they're hurt or not. But it's very difficult if you've never been in there to figure that out.
If you look at some judges, like you think, you've never took a punch in your life. Do you know what I mean? So that's why.
How do you know what punch is hard if you've never taken one?
I'm telling you, bro. Like, I swear down. That's how I see it. Because a lot of fighters now, they'd leave the sport, but they've achieved way more than what I've achieved.
Yeah.
But you'll see them, you'll think, was you really world champion? Was you really the dog's bollocks back in days? Yeah, it was.
There has to be some sort of union as well to take.
There have to be.
Yeah.
I think boxing should be like, referees should be former boxers, judges should be former boxers.
Yeah,
that's how I see it. Do you know what I mean? But who am I to say? I always said it, and one thing is about me, I'm not a hater.
Yeah.
Whoever, if you got a push, whether you deserve it or not, somebody told me, a wise man once told me, like, for example, let's just say you just come off kickboxing now, and you just jumped into boxing, and all of a sudden you're getting a push.
Yeah.
I've been in boxing all my life. You don't give me the right to say, oh, why are you getting the push? You or your parents must have done something right down the line for you to get this push right now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if anyone's getting a push or anyone's getting the helping hand, good on you.
Yeah, because ultimately they're the ones that sacrifice.
Yeah, bro. I don't business with people that get the helping hand or don't get the helping hand, because guess what? I've been in predicaments where I could have had a helping hand, I couldn't, but I think that's the universe giving me back. I must have fucked up back in days, and that's something coming to me. So whatever I do, whatever happens to me is my doing. Yeah. That's how I see it.
It's the energy you put out there at some point.
Anything that happens to me personally is you put your soul. So that's anything that happens to me is my doing. Like I say, everything's coming back. Wherever you put out, you get back in. So if anyone's getting help, like you see these YouTubers, these whatever they are, whatever you call weasels, whatever you want to call them, they're getting a helping hand. Good on them. They must have done something right down the line to achieve that. So do you know what? Respect to that.
So do you think now that you're in a better headspace in terms of just your life, that you're not competing?
No, I'm always competing, bro. I'm a competitive person. I'm always competing. I'm competing in business. I'm competing in every aspect of life. You know what I mean? Even when I'm walking my daughter, she goes, Dad, let's run. I don't let her win. I beat her. You know what I mean?
How old is she now?
She's 6.
6.
So I still beat her. I'm a competitive type of person. I think I'm a better headspace because I'm seeing things from... I don't know, this is controversial to a lot of people, but I'm more intact with my deen.
Yeah.
I'm more intact with my deen, and Islam is about give credit where it's due. Don't be a hater. Don't look for what's the best thing I've heard. To be a good Muslim, you have to want for your brother what you want for yourself.
Yeah.
So if I want to become a world champion, I'd want you to become a world champion. If I want to become a millionaire, I'd want you to become a millionaire.
Yeah.
That's how I see the world in that perspective.
Yeah.
Envy, it's a horrible thing because...
And you could tell that it's consuming a lot of people inside.
Energy, yeah, it does. You know, if you're watching people, like someone again told me, that's how you know I chill with a lot of wise people.
Yeah. They
keep telling me, bro, like it takes a lot of energy to hate someone.
Yeah.
Do you know how much energy that takes? Even just to say, oh, I hate this guy. I literally, hand on heart, say, 1 second, let me think about it. I don't hate no one. I probably dislike a few people.
Yeah.
That's because of personal reasons.
It's way too much energy.
I just don't hate no one.
I think if you're really busy and you got good things going on and you're actively trying to make your life better and people around you better, there's always something more important to do than sitting down hating on someone.
If you're out here hating on someone, you're watching me do me, but you're not doing you. So you're wasting your time, whatever you're trying to do, watching me do what I'm trying to
When
do.
you could actually do something with your life.
Yeah, like, what are you doing watching me, bro?
Yeah. It's crazy. And I think it's going back to what you said before, the era of social media doesn't help. Everyone,
Social media, it's a horrible thing.
everyone just watching each other's highlights all day.
The people I want to show my life to are already in my life. They're seeing it firsthand.
Yeah.
They don't need to see it through pictures.
Mm.
You can't do that, and that's because you're running a business. Nowadays, everything runs through social media.
They have to be on the.
So I'm saying I will delete my personal one, but I ain't gonna delete my business page. I'm still on that. I'm on that business page more than I'm on mine.
Your day look like when you like your regular day when you wake up now that you're not able to train like
Still
you used
in the
to?
gym.
Yeah.
So I wake up. If Mrs. not taking Baby to school, then I'm taking her, and then I head over to gym.
Yeah. What gym are you at now?
Weights, old school weights gym in Rotherham. So
What about boxing? Which where was? Who were you representing? What team were you representing?
I was in London, wasn't I? I was in London, bro. I was in London. I was with a guy called Brian O'Shaughnessy. I think that was one of my best times with boxing, as well as when Brendan was alive. Allah rahmah. Very good gym. Was at the Peacock gym.
Nice.
I've trained with Lawrence Coley, Dan Aziz.
It looks really nice.
Bro, it was vibes.
Yeah.
Like competitive spars, chills, great people, great vibes. Everyone's succeeding. So I've done well there. I've had every time I boxed when I was under them, I won by knockouts. So
Did you have your last fight under them as well?
no. That's when it locked down, so I come back to Sheffield. In my head, I'm thinking I'm just gonna spend time with family, with my missus, my daughter. Them times I've never even had my newborn.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna spend time with my daughter, just chill.
It must be nice to be able to be around your daughters now as much as you want.
100%, bro. Yeah. It's nice and it's not nice because they keep waking you up crying and stuff. It's like, shut up. I miss days when I was in camp away.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good, man. Just seeing them smile, being able just to walk to a park with them and hold their hands and play with them, and just little family stuff like take dog out for a walk with them. Or
I mean, we're super lucky in Sheffield. We have a lot of nature and greenery.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, this is what I'm doing now. It's probably every boxer is gonna end up with a kid and everything. You want to get out of the sport with your full faculties, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you can spend time with things that matter.
Do you feel you'll always be involved in the sport of boxing? As in, do you ever at some point want to promote or?
Do you know what? That's a good shout because I'm very close with Dean White. He does stuff up in London. He's a promoter, Dean White's brother.
Yeah.
And we spoke about a few things. And I was before I started this venture with the clothing line, I was looking to go to Dubai and set up a gym and a little promotional thing there. But I don't think I'm ready to give boxing my all again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's because boxing, it's like a drug, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know how crackheads are with crack? Boxing is like that. Once you get addicted to it, you just forget everything and you just become everything for boxing. Because it's time consuming.
Yeah.
You think boxing's bad. Look at managers have to ring around, find an opponent, But if I'm managing like 3 different people, I have to find you an opponent, him an opponent. I don't think I have the time for that at the moment.
Being a promoter is way too stressful.
Stress, bro. Brendan Ingle, God rest his soul in peace. Brian O'Shaughnessy from London, training in London. These are my trainers in boxing, but outside that, then you get my sponsors, which is Rohan, and I want to thank my close mate Anthony Tomlinson as well. He's been there, you know what I mean. So yeah. And
just for me on a personal level, because obviously we go way back. Since college
way
days.
back. You feel old now.
Yeah, feel mad. It's crazy that time flies, isn't it? Now we're here.
Trust me.
But just to see you, because I know like you dedicated a massive chunk of your life, you dedicated to the sport, and I know that there was ups and downs, and you've gone through, and it's really nice for me to see that you're actually in a good place in life, and you're doing well, and you've got all these ventures going on. But again, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having me, bro. Appreciate that, man, and we'll definitely sort you out with the undisputed top.
Man, let's do it.